Yeah, sweet. All right, let's roll. Welcome back to another episode of the Bandwagon Bible with an old friend, companion, Waratahs player and Australian player. What's going on, man? Good to have you on board.
Yeah, cheers, bro. Yeah, been cool seeing you guys do your thing, and always keep tabs on you.
You're a good man.
So it's cool to get involved.
Man, you're a NEWY boy. When's the last time you were back these ways, bro?
NEWY. It's been a while now. I'd probably say, maybe like Mother's Day or something.
Yeah, born and bred, eh?
Yeah. Born in Cowra.
Cowra boy. So you know Sam Apps and those boys?
Yeah, I know Apps and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cowra Eagles.
Yeah.
Fly high. Up
yeah.
on.
Always, bro. Fly or die.
Yeah. So yeah, I was born in Cowra.
Yeah.
My old man from Sydney originally. Mum's from England. We ended up just moved to Newcastle.
Yep.
And growing up there, kind of at the age of 10.
You does that mean you got dual citizenship?
With Newcastle and Cowra, or
no, I mean with England.
With England. I got my Newcastle passport as well.
Oh, how good's that?
Yeah. No, so I'm a British citizen.
Look out, mate. Travel the world whenever you want, eh?
That's it. Yeah. That's a handy one to have.
100%. Now, before we start, a bit of background on me and you. Has obviously played, I think it was 2011 country rugby together. What a throwback. We had some gun teams. Just two red fellas doing their best. You were up front. I was at the back. Who else was in there? We had Purnell, Philly Bradford, Reece Hewitt, Big Benny Gunter.
Yeah. Benny Gunter, yeah, he's doing well.
He's over with. Is he playing with Pocock at the moment?
He was.
Yeah.
Pocock's obviously retired now, but he's been at Panasonic for
years, eh?
He's like 5 years or so. Like he's he got the gig. I think his mum, Asian heritage, and so mate, he's been over there killing. I went and saw him actually. We played an exhibition game there in Tokyo, and I bumped into bro. He's like a genuine like superhero over there. Love him.
Man, how big is he, eh?
Dopey.
One of the biggest humans I've ever seen.
Dead set. But he's killing it, bro. We had a good crew. Who else was in there?
Carter Redmond was in there.
Carter Redmond.
It was a good side regardless.
James Hawkins.
Oh, yeah. He's a big boy.
Yeah, big boy. No, there's some good men in there.
I just remember, bro, I think it was was it our third or fourth game that did you break your leg and you were hobbling around on your leg for like a game?
Yeah, I broke my foot playing indoor netball.
Yeah.
Which still to this day is the only bone I've ever broken. So professional footy player, and that's the only
touch wood
bone I've broken. I started drinking some milk after that.
Yeah, good man. Calcium, got to get after
basically, it. I just had some like stupid timeline of it was like the first year we played South Country, obviously. And like, big deal. And so at the time, I was like, I got to get back to this, and I ended up running around like a fucking like a peg leg in a few of those games before it freed up.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit underdone, but good memory.
Yeah, I remember you had the long, luscious hair too, bro, running with it.
Coming back, bro.
Is it? Are you gonna let it run?
I don't know.
Just seeing what happens.
I was still closed here.
Yeah, same with us.
I think I'm just kind of
just going with it. You're not getting the missus to let you get the clippers out?
No, not a chance.
Not a chance? No good?
No, well, like I do, like, I'm probably like the closest to like a qualified barber for the boys at training at the moment. Which is
you've been sorting the boys out?
Yeah, I've been trying to, and I'm like, I do them every now and then, like trips and whatever. Nothing like legit. Yeah. And I know, and you would know, how hard it is to actually like do it when you kind of have like half an idea of what you're doing. Yeah. Full noise, know what you're doing. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not putting the clippers in her hands or anyone else's hands for that matter.
No way, bro.
I know how fucking stressful it is when you like do something.
What have the boys been asking for at training? Just the buzz cuts?
Everyone's loving a mullet, obviously. I've done a few shitty looking skin fades. But
I love to hear it, man.
Happy customers. Yeah, a lot of boys literally are just like, do whatever. I'm not seeing anyone. I'm not on any dates. Just get it out of my face.
That's what it's all about. Even when I'll go and have a couple of beers with the boys, I'll get the clippers out. I swear it's just a white boy thing, eh? It's just a white boy thing.
That's it.
And then they'll just rip in. They're like, oh, can you fix it? I was like, no way, man. I'm all about that.
Yeah. No, it's been good.
What is it, just in the change room, just get the clippers out and go to town?
Yeah. Yeah, they've been pretty they've been trying to be strict on we come in.
Oh, yeah, of course. COVID bubble and
whatever. So we've just been going in the car park and stuff. Got the cordless ones out.
Oh yeah, got the walls going.
Yeah, but
got the good stuff.
Yeah, I think everyone's slow because we're kind of getting close. I think everyone's kind of just going I think I'll wait it out. For a bit, I was actually busy, but yeah, now everyone's like,
you doing bookings yet? You're taking bookings yet?
Nah, no bookings.
No bookings, just running with it.
Yeah, I'm charging. You got to get me a coffee or lunch.
That's fair.
If I sort you out.
That is fair.
I've had a few refunds though. Where
nah, it's all good, man.
It's not
comes
my
with
best
it.
Work, bro.
What's your go-to barber down there? Who do you usually see down in Sydney? Whereabouts are you living, bro?
I live in Bellevue Hill.
Oh yeah.
So near Bondi Junction.
Yeah.
But my missus is from Manly. So I kind of a bit tactical, but if I'm over that way, there's really nice barbershop there called M Barber.
Yeah.
Manly Barber, and I just went there one day. They sorted me out.
Yeah.
Did the job. So now it's a nice tactical. If I'm over there,
you got one to go to.
My haircut.
Yeah.
But it's just a nice little if I feel like getting a bit of me time and whatever, go there. But yeah, they're unreal. They're funny crew. They're all sponsored European backpackers and stuff.
Yeah.
They're all just a bunch of poms.
Sick.
And the guy that owns it's a Irish lad. So
yeah, beauty.
They're good.
I got a couple of boys that opened a barbershop in Manly. Actually, it's called Saunders. I don't know because Brad Parker and all those boys go there too, and it seems like a pretty grouse setup. But yeah, I still remember Country Champs, bro, when we'd play yous and you'd absolutely towel Central West up, man. We had the worst teams where it was me, Apsy, a couple of other boys, and then I just remember yous toweling us up all the time. It was just this is not good. Yeah, it wasn't a good run, bro. What did you win it a couple of times, surely?
Yeah, we did. I remember in the first kind of couple of years, we would get towed up by Central North.
Yeah,
they're obviously pretty strong.
They're
Hawko and Cameron King and Benny Gunter and a few freaks in there. And it was just 1 year we pipped him in the grand final, and then from there we were kind of there or thereabouts for the next couple of years. We had a shock where we lost to Central Coast 0.
Yeah. Is that Ryan Connolly? Was he playing for them?
Yeah, Trojan.
Yeah, he was a solid little man.
Good bloke too.
Yeah, real good.
Yeah, Max Stewart, he's another good man.
Yeah.
Liam Baker, he was that team. But it was just we came good. It was always rough playing the Central West boys because always had the blue bull in my heart.
Oh yeah, you are a blue boy. It kind of hurts now that I know that you could have been running around with us, bros.
Yeah. But I love that. I love the Country Champs. Unreal.
Yeah. Do you know? Is there any of the boys that you were running around when 17, 18s that are playing super now, or is it just sort of a couple of you boys? Because I know Reese's overseas too now, isn't he?
Yeah. So Reese is over with Pau in France.
Yeah.
I know he's been over there for a while. He obviously played a couple of years with the Reds as well.
Yeah.
Matt Benny Gunter comes to mind. Obviously. I was trying to do this the other day. I've just got bad memory anyway.
Yeah, me too, bro. I was trying to think about it right now.
But yeah, around 17, 18s, to be honest, that's when everyone
sort of just
flips. Yeah, they flip from going I want to make country in New South Wales to I want to make Aussie schoolboys. I want to make New South Wales schoolboys and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, the crew that we had, they all ended up playing good footy, but they all end up GPS and stuff anyway. So you kind of lose tags. Lose tags on them.
Yeah, sweet.
You lose track of them and
gets a bit like that.
Yeah, but there's heaps of them still playing Shoot Shielding at the moment.
Grouse.
It's been cool to catch up.
We'll move on from footy for a bit. Now, bro, in terms of outside of rugby union, man, you've got some hectic hobbies going, man. I seen you had a commie van. What's the go there, man? Is that a COVID project or what's that? The commie van. Is it COVID project or?
Nah. So it's a long it's a funny story. As most combi van stories usually are.
Yeah.
So my old man, when I was growing up, he went and worked in Western Australia for a bit.
Yeah.
In the mines, and he's kind of doing his last leg before he's coming back to pretty much to when we were living in Newcastle.
Yeah.
So pretty much the transition of when we moved to Newcastle was him coming back from WA. Anyway, brought this purple 1971 combi.
Yeah.
All the way over from WA. We did like all these hectic trips in it.
Yeah.
We weren't like a wealthy family, so it wasn't like we were going ducking up to Bali or whatever. It was like, well, let's just get in the van and we'll go to fucking Noosa, and like, you know, you'd end up like at a big four holiday park, stuff like that. So we did so many of those trips, and it's hectic. Anyway, it was a country champs actually, funnily enough. We finished up, and I was going to get on the team bus back with Ballina. I don't know if you played Yeah, so Ballina, so we're heading back. So obviously Ballina's
fair trek. 8
hours or something. So I was going to get on the team bus, but Dad had driven up in the combi, and was going to be going back by himself. So I was like, I'll come back with you. Tactics again. I'm a tactical guy.
I like this about you,
get
mate.
a few extra days off school. But I was like, yeah, I'll come back with you and we'll make a trip of it. Anyway, we're about to take off. Dad's kind of checks all the stuff you got to do with the combi, you know, oil levels and fluids and stuff like that. Anyway, finds out that overnight or over the week or whatever at Ballina, there's an oil leak.
Oh no.
Long story short, he's basically like, boy, we're gonna get you back on this team bus because this thing's not gonna fucking run until we get that fixed. Yeah. So he drives the combi, basically fucks it, trying to catch up to his team bus. So that combi's basically routed, ends up in Newcastle in his backyard for ages.
Yeah.
Because I had such a grouse like time when I was growing up with these combis.
Yeah.
We decided maybe towards the end of like high school, probably like around the time I realised I was gonna end up moving out of Newcastle to Sydney for footy.
Yeah.
We decided to buy another one.
Yeah.
And kind of have it as mine. Anyway, so I did that. It kind of on and off broken down, but it was funny. It's like the most use I got out of it up until like recently, where I've like full noise restored it and everything.
Into it, yeah.
Just after my first year of college in Sydney, so moved to Sydney, stayed at a university college. At the end of the year, and so I was training with the TARS like academy.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, the TARS academy stuff ramps up, and like that's pretty much when you're doing like all your preseason stuff. I didn't realize that I wasn't able to stay at the college. So they were basically like, over the uni break, you can't stay here. Like they rented it out to like, I don't know, foreigners and stuff like that. Anyway, so they're like, yeah, you can't stay, or you can, but it costs you heaps. I had no money at the time, living off Centrelink. And so I was like, fuck, I'll just live in the combi for as long as I can. So I ended up doing this entire preseason. Yeah, this entire preseason for academy, but kind of like pretty important year.
How long was you living in the combi for?
Bro, it would have been like about 3 months, I'd say.
That's
like,
great.
Obviously, there'd be times where I'd be like, spend a couple nights at a mate's place, or like
just all in moderation.
Yeah, but like for the most part, like I genuinely drive the thing around all day because I had nothing else to do. Like I didn't have like, a job. I kind of was like, well, if I'm doing this, I'm not going to bust myself labouring or something.
Yeah.
I'm saving enough money. I'm not paying rent.
Yeah.
I'd literally, just drive around during the day, go for a swim, go in early, work on whatever it is I need to work on, train.
Yeah.
Then I'd go for another swim. Then I'd park it up somewhere in.
Where did you have a go-to park? Go-to spot?
Yeah, Clavelli.
Anyone come and knock? Any coppers come and knock on you? Say what's going on?
Nah, I was actually pretty lucky. I didn't get any grief from the coppers, but I remember like you sleep in the combi, and like I'd have the curtains up and everything.
Yeah.
And most nights, and it's a pop top as well, so I'd usually pop the top off so I could like get up in the morning and I have to like bend down.
Yeah.
But I remember like if anyone walked past the combi after I'd done that, you could just hear their conversation, and everyone knew that I was sleeping in there. It would just be like, someone would be like, two people walk past, and you'd be like,
Do
you reckon someone's sleeping in there? Like, oh, fucking knows.
Man's trying to catch some Z's, bro.
Like those kind of like moments. There's moments where you're just lying in there, just going, "Fuck!" I hope like no one gave me grief in there, and it was pretty good. Like I was just worried that someone was gonna fucking. But yeah, I rotated a fair bit, like Newtown, because college at the time was at Newtown, so I knew Newtown pretty well.
Yeah.
So yeah, just around the parks and stuff there, and like a few funny nights where I like would go, because the only thing I really like needed, obviously like food, I kind of took care of in different ways, but like I just like the only thing that the combi had that I didn't have was like phone charger and water. So like there'd be nights where I'd like find all these like public, like not specifically like what they're used for is, but like just outlets, like power outlets, be like out the back of a pub or something. Charge my phone, then go for a walk, find like a tap, fill up like my fucking bottle of water.
That's mad.
And it was so funny. Yeah, it's so funny around Newtown though. It's like there's fair few homeless people.
Yeah, Newtown's a bit different, eh? There's just like heaps of space cadets getting around.
100%. I remember like a few nights I'd be walking around like trying to find someone to fill up my drink bottle, and like these homeless people would be like spark up conversation with me, and then like think that I'm one of them. I was like, oh, kind of.
We're not the same, man. You're not that guy.
Yeah, I'm not that guy. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So that's the combi. Anyway,
that's sick, man.
Long story
I reckon a lot of people would not have any idea about that, mate. So grateful with that. What about smoking the meats, man? That's obviously I've replied to a couple of your stories, bro.
Yeah.
I reckon that's sick. How did that come about? Same kind of thing, just sort of looking for something to do?
Yeah, like, to be honest, it's similar, like, growing up, like I said, don't come from bulk money or anything. Yeah. But I never really had, like, the experience until I probably became, like, professional footy player. Not that I'm a fucking schoolyanaire, but, like, that opportunity to, like, go out and have a nice dinner, for example. So I got my missus, and we, like, treating ourselves to a good feed every now and then.
You got to do it.
And I don't know, I just kind of got, like, obviously I'm a prop, I love food, I'm a fat dog. So I was just like, I just kind of like asked heaps of questions to myself, like the more we were going to these like flash, like,
can I do this myself?
Recipes being like, restaurants being like, how are they doing this? How are they making this stuff so good? Because all the time, the NEWY boy in me's coming out being like, I don't want to pay fucking $200 for a steak.
That's a Dubbo boy too. 100.
Yeah, exactly. So then it kind of like one thing led to another. I copped a sous vide, which is like a lot of restaurants use it. It's basically like your bag, your meats or your vegetables, and then it cooks. The machine, the sous vide machine, is basically like this cylinder thing that cooks under like a pot of water and cooks at a certain temperature. So that's like a big bit of science about cooking that I thought was really cool. And then with the sous vide, like heaps of the recipes and stuff online are kind of supplemented, because it's pretty like popular in America and stuff. It's all supplemented with like smoke it. So it'd be like, smoke your meat for a couple hours and then sous vide for a day and whatever. Anyway. Yeah. So I just looked more and more into it, and I was like, fuck, I'd actually like to give this a crack, and then realized that like a lot of these recipes from these restaurants and stuff were all like charcoal. I went to a few places that kind of did a lot of charcoal stuff. But I wanted to try it. I had a mate who was at Tars as well. His old man has a similar one, and I had dinner there once, and it was just cool. So
what is it? You got a Weber? Is it a Weber?
It's called a Kamado Joe. So it's like Kamado style barbecue. So it's basically like this big like ceramic egg. And it's pretty much just like, it's pretty basic. Like it's just charcoal down the bottom. You can kind of set up all your racks and stuff in and around. The ceramic dome. You just show it. It's got two vents, top one, bottom one. So it's pretty much the same as any other smoker. It's just a bit more versatile, I guess. You can kind of do a bit of everything in it. That was how I had to. So
for a first time smoker, man, first time barbecue smoker, what did you go wrong? Is there anything you look back and you think, for first time people listening, what's your thoughts and how should they approach it?
I would probably say pick. There's like a few meats that, like, I think there's a few meats that are a bit more forgiving than others. So like when people start off, they're like, I want to do brisket, I want to do ribs, like pork ribs, and they try to jump into it. And like brisket is like it's like the most. Like I've been doing it like for a while, and I do it fairly often.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty like obsessed with it. But like brisket's fucking hard. Like you really got to nail it. You got to like, you got to be like it's a 12-hour cook, and you kind of like got to be in and around most of the time just to make sure nothing goes wrong.
Yeah. So
like I just would say like
start simple.
Pork shoulders cheap. Like the other thing about ribs is like ribs are kind of easy enough. But if you fuck them up, it's like no one wants to fuck up like $40 worth of ribs. No. You just go, I should have just gone to fucking ribs and burgers and copped it for $40 anyway.
Yeah.
Do your pork shoulders. Pork shoulders are good. Beef cheeks are good. Tri-tip's good. It's beef tri-tip.
I need to get on this, man.
Beef chunk. Yeah, it's gone. It's unbelievable. But it's cool. It's because it's like it's that like type of cooking that you'd never do until you do it. And it's but it's the same type of stuff where like you'd go to like a smokehouse kind of style place. Yeah. Like, fuck, this tastes good. I wonder how they get this pulled pork so nice, or like how these ribs are. It's just like it's unreal. And then it kind of opens up that like whole community. There's like all these people in America obsessed with it, and like it's just cool, man. It's just like one of those things that like just kind of came up because
that's sick, man.
I like eating food, but it's like a really cool hobby. It's like a nice kind of thing to do on your day off.
Yeah, 100%. You got anything else that you do? Like you play, you're a COD man or anything like that? You GM any?
I play a bit of COD.
Yeah. No other big hobbies like those, but?
I play a bit of music.
Yeah. What do you play, man?
I play guitar. I mean, I play guitar and bass.
Yeah. Slap the bass, baby.
Slap at the bass. You can't slap the bass by yourself.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, just a bit of guitar, really. Like
sick, man.
Yeah, nothing
similar to our family, man.
Yeah, I mean nothing hectic. Once I moved away from NEWY, like so I prefer more jamming with people and stuff.
Yeah, are you more acoustic or electric or?
Yeah, I'd be more acoustic.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
such a good thing to have in the back. Just to pull it out whenever, especially when you hang out with all the Islander boys, because they can all jam and they can all sing, man. And then you see a little 100%. White boy get on there, and you're like, yeah, that's mad. We'll go COVID bubble, bro. Obviously, you're still training. Obviously, back in preseason now, you sort of trained through the whole thing you were saying. Like from a mental health part of things, how are you keeping yourself sane, bro? Like obviously, you got your pooch. You're living with the little pooch. You got obviously the missus as well. I guess he'd be getting walked around a bit, wouldn't he? He'd be getting a bit of love.
Yeah, he's a bit cooked at the moment, actually. Fucked up here.
Big fella's no good.
He's muzzing. Yeah, look, mate, like the thing that like has kind of kept me, I mean, sane. Yeah, the thing that kept me sane, I guess, is like whenever I started like sooking about anything or thought about sooking about anything, I'll be like, I've run into so many people, Coles and whatever, and you're just like, oh yeah, what are you up to? And they're just like, nothing, like, can't work, I don't have any footy on, I can't do this, can't do that. And it kind of makes me like good perspective. I was like, well,
you still get to do something you love.
I'm going in every day, hanging out with my mates. Like I said to you, like it wasn't as if they were absolutely busting us when we were training because it's technically off season and stuff up until this week. So it's like it was a really nice like kind of way of life, and like touching on the COD as well. So you'd go in, I'd walk dog, go in, gym, field, gym, home, walk the dog.
So you're still living, obviously busy.
Exactly. Like beyond like that kind of freedom of being able to say like, oh, I'd love to go to Newcastle to see mum and dad, or, long weekend, I'll get a trip to Crescent happening in the van. Like that kind of stuff's obviously nice, but it was just always that perspective. I was like, I am doing it so much better than others. Like even my missus, like she works from home at the moment because of COVID. Like she's probably even not even that bad off compared to some other people. But even her, like she's just inside all day, like goes for the dog walks and everything. But it's just those little things you probably take for granted that do come up and do your head in a bit. But end of the day, we're doing fine.
That's it, man. Puts things in perspectives as well, especially when you think about everyone else and things like 100%. That. Your pooch mostly inside boy, or?
I'd say so. He's got the option to go outside. He likes when the sun goes down. He
benches inside. Possums. Oh yeah, man.
No, he goes to possums. Yeah, during the days he just kind of muzzes inside and He's like I said, my missus is working from home, so
he'll be loving it.
Bit of office furniture for her, but he just kind of muzzes and hangs out for the afternoon and morning sessions. So
yeah, man,
we get him out and he comes to life.
Love it.
How's your one going?
He's good, bro. He's nearly out of that puppy phase, man. He's still got he still likes to a little bit of a nibble here and there. Arcs up a little bit every now and then, but man, he sleeps 16, 17 hours a day, man. He's a rescue dog, like boxer. What is he? Boxer Staffy Ridgeback, man. And I thought he'd be massive, but he's little. He just doesn't care. Just fucking comes inside and sleeps, bro. It's an easy gig they got.
Bloody hell.
But now, when you play, man, like say leading up to a game, you got any superstitions or anything like that, man? Like, because I know heaps of boys I've played with, like some put their left shoelace on before their left boot on before their right boot. Always got to have the same food, that kind of thing, man. You got any of those?
Nah, not really. I remember being asked this once, like by a fellow teammate, Brendan Payangamosa, who's with the Wallabies at the moment and Reds boy. I remember like thinking at the time, being like thinking it was a cool thing to have, and being like, yeah, I think so. And just kind of like going through my head, being like, yeah, surely I do something like similar. Like I played hundreds of games of footy. Like it's got to be something that's similar. And yeah, like the more I kind of thought about it, I was like, I actually don't. Which it kind of annoyed me, because I was like, I wish there was something cool about me saying like to do like handstands or something for a game. But I think when I kind of got into like professional footy, and like obviously performance is such like a big thing. Like you want to perform, and then you also don't want to come out of gaming like I felt cooked. Like that's why I played shit or whatever. Yeah. I remember I played like a really good game. It was like my first start for the TARS. Yeah. And who
was this against? It
was against the Hurricanes at Brookvale.
Yeah.
So the year before, I'd played all these games off the bench. I played every game off the bench, actually. Yeah. Like every game of the season, but I never got to start. Yeah. Which was fine. Like kind of looking back, I don't really regret that. Like it was a really good transition for me into pro footy. And then the next year, had a few injuries to the bloke in front of me, and so I got the start right at the start of the year. So it was a pretty big occasion. I wasn't really I wasn't hyped up like as if like this is a massive game and any different to any others. I was more keen than anything else. So I didn't go crazy on any superstitions or anything, but I remember I had like a fuckload of beetroot in like just some random salad I had like the day of. The day before. Maybe it was day off. Yeah. So then that night we played really well. We lose, but I played really well. Just kind of like was satisfied. I was like
happy with how you played. Yeah.
It was my first start. I felt like it was a bit of like responsibility on my back. I was like, I'm glad I played well. Like I'd never kind of celebrate a loss, but it was a really good game. Like we had 20,000 odd people there, put on a really good performance. Yeah. Just like we were super unlucky at the end. Anyway, and then I didn't really pay any attention to the beetroot thing until afterwards. I was like, having a shower and whatever, and then getting ready to leave, and then realised I was like, went to take a piss. I was like pissing blood. I was like, what's going on here? Yeah. Anyway, long story short, it's beetroot. Yeah. Then I kind of got me thinking. I was like, fuck, maybe because it was the first game of the year. Like usually you're blowing. I was like, maybe the beetroot. Because
you're onto something.
Rowing mates. Yeah, all the rowing boys, like they live by it. They smash beetroot. It's supposed to be some like red blood cell booster. Anyway, and so from that point, I was like, well, fuck, if that gave me an edge, I'll cop that. So every time there's beetroot available in like team dinners and whatever,
you'll hit it.
I'll pump that. Other than that, I got nothing interesting for you. Yeah,
that's all good, man. I'm exactly the same. I don't have any. So weird.
None?
Nah, not one, bro. Like I'm this cruisiest dude. Like even like when we play cup and that, like we got to be there. We're always there like 2 hours before, man. Like I'll put my kit on with like 5 minutes before we go out to warm up. Like I'm that guy. Just no headphones, no nothing like that. I
think that's what's cool as well. Like being able to change it up and just be comfortable. Like some blokes, they'll get up early, go for a swim or stretch or whatever. Like I literally wake up as late as I can.
Yeah, same.
Cop a feed and then just go straight back to
100%. Do you just have breakfast? Like if you play like a 2 or 3 o'clock game, you just smashing breakfast, that's it, and just snacking through the day?
Yeah, I'll usually go like a big breakfast, because we usually, if we're playing, most of our games are at night, but if we've got that Arvo game, they go breakfast, then like an early lunch, and a pre-match feed. So I'll usually just go breakfast, and then just pump the lunch.
Do they for breakfast? Do they tell you not to eat bacon?
Yeah, I think it's advised.
I was smashing it every time.
Yeah. I usually I'm pretty boring on game day. I will say, I usually just have Wheat Bix.
Yeah, safe haven.
But that's not a superstition. Like I don't have Wheat Bix in my house. Like I don't know what I'd do if I had I go porridge. I go porridge or Wheat Bix. Just something to like chill out the gut. But then, like I've always as I go along, like each year, like I pick up something that I think like, oh fuck, I had that too. Like was heaps good. Like I quit coffee for a year, because like I was smashing so much caffeine gum at training and stuff. To the point where I just wasn't getting. I just had a really high tolerance. So I was like, well, I'm gonna quit coffee, build that tolerance back up, and then I look back at it now and I'm like, fuck, you shouldn't have done that. You're
back on the coffees now?
It went super low. Yeah, back on the coffee now. But my tolerance went really low.
Yeah.
So I'd have a coffee on game day, trying to get back into it. And I would just have a panic attack. Just because, the caffeine would just wire me. But that's
man.
Around my routines.
When did you say you moved to NEWY? How old were you?
I moved to NEWY about 9 or 10.
Yeah, sweet. So
9.
What was your fave cafe, bro, and nightclub? Which is your favorite go-to club?
Cafe, I've got to say, it's Cafe Ziz, because my mum owned it. Until she got rid of it. It wasn't that good of a cafe, but it was free feed.
Oh, 100%.
So,
can't say no to that.
So I'll give it a plug.
Yeah, beauty.
I don't know if it exists anymore.
Where is it? Where was it?
But so you know the junction near the post office, in that little rectangle park.
Yep.
Near the subway.
Yeah.
Near the subway. So it was down the corner. If you were walking past the subway.
Yep.
Towards the
Junction road
Hotel.
Yep.
It would just be the first left.
The
corner.
Yeah, right.
There was that. No, I reckon I really like Three Monkeys, only because
that's a good feed.
Yeah, I've always frothed the smoothies, the thick shake.
They go hard on it. They don't muck around with the.
Seriously, yeah, and there's 50 flavors. I just
Cool,
fat
man.
dog. So
I'm all about it. I love a good thick shake, man.
Yeah,
all day.
Nightclub, I would probably say, the first nightclub I went to in Newcastle was the Exchange.
Yep.
When I was 15, I jumped the
nice, bro.
the balcony there with some mates.
Nice.
So that's always held a close part of my heart.
Yeah.
But I would probably say, it's got to be Kingers, eh?
Bro, I've never been to Kingers, eh?
Never been.
Never been.
Not
by choice. But just the boys would never go there. I suppose I missed that demographic, man, because I feel like that was an 18 to 20 kind of thing. I sort of moved down there when I was a bit older. So the boys don't ever want to go there.
Yeah. I don't know. When I kind of hit 18, I was playing Wanderers, the rugby club.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of that, where people were let's go to King Street. But most of the time, it'd be you'd end up just spending way too long at some pub and then jump to another pub. So we never when we do ourselves before we get to a nightclub. So I wouldn't say I've spent too much time at King Street.
Yeah.
But it's iconic. You got it.
Oh, 100% is. When you think Newcastle, you think, 100%. What about you surf, bro?
Nah.
Done a little bit.
I would like to say I do.
Wow.
I have surfed.
Yeah.
I've had surfing lessons when I was 8 or something. I've given myself every opportunity to surf.
Yeah.
I don't surf.
Do you know any secret spots around here?
Around
NEWY? Anywhere you've taken?
I've got a few. There's I know the spots because he's got to know the spots. So make it sound there's Bar Reef. I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
There's race course or something.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna look these up after.
Apparently all the locals G up at you and
at Burwood too, bro. They froth it.
I think that's near Burwood. Anyway, that's just my go-to. It's literally if someone who I'm trying to convince that I do surf. They're like, hey, what do you surf? I'm like, yeah, Bar Reef.
Drop that one with the locals.
Racetracks. Yeah. So nah. I mean, if it's like if it's not niggle for me to go out, like I would never be like, I'm gonna get up early, put a wetsuit on.
If it happens, it happens.
Tamarama in Sydney. But if I'm like hanging out with some mates and they're like, oh, we're gonna go surfing tomorrow, do you want to come? I'd be like, yeah, I'll come. I'm not gonna I'll get up twice in 2 hours and I'll get sunburned and my fucking nipples chafe all the time.
Oh, it's the worst, eh?
But yeah, I'll come. So yeah, I'm
man.
a fake surfer.
Love that. What about, are you a big supporter of league? Like,
yeah, I love my league.
I seen you got the NEWY retro. You got the retro jersey, hey?
Yeah. So I'm a bit of a sellout. I'm like a double sellout with league. So I was a big league fan growing up. Like growing up in Cara, admittedly, like I watched fuck all rugby apart from like the odd Wallabies game.
Test game, yeah.
But I never followed the Tars or anything. So I was a big Roosters fan growing up. So
that's me too, bro.
Bondi. That's it, baby. So yeah, like you get like all those central western towns. Like my dad was from Bondi, but like the central western towns, they just cling to like a club. Like don't Dubbo get around Penrith?
Man, that's where like literally all the boys go. Like Yowie, Birdo, all those boys. Like they're probably like, I would say, 80% of footy players have gone to Penrith from Dubbo. Like they love the country boys.
That's a great. Yeah, exactly. So so I went for the Knights. The Roosters, and then moved to Newcastle, and then so everyone like there's diehard Knights.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
So 100%. But I always liked that I was like a genuine Chooks fan. Yeah. And a diehard Chooks fan at that. That I was like, and at the time, like the Chooks were shit house and like, it was just like I was happy there. And then moved to Sydney and it just flipped. Like everyone here just supports the Chooks. And then the Chooks were like going through their back-to-back premiership stuff and they were just killing it. And it just kind of got to that point where I was like, I feel like a fake supporter because I'm from Newcastle. Yeah. Everyone goes for the Chooks. They're doing fucking so well. I was like, I don't know what made it happen, but I was just like, fuck it. You know what? I'm going to get around the Knights because they're obviously shit at the time.
Bit of adversity. Yeah, I like it.
Gone a little bit. Yeah, and I was just like, no, I'll go for the Knights. So I'm a double trader. But
no, at least you're honest.
Yeah, I won't sit on the fence too much, but I'd say at the moment, like I get around the Knights. I've just enjoyed kind of similar to like when I started going for the Roosters and they were a bit dusty. Yeah, just being able to like, these guys are coming good. Yeah.
So you go KP or you go Teddy? Just purely on looks, KP. By the way.
Oh, I'd go Teddy. I've seen him like in person a few times.
Bro, he's stocky as
He's like lats are just like. It looks like he's got a fucking boogie board on his back. He's ridiculous, bro. He's huge. He's a good sort. Yeah. Great rig on him. I don't know about KP.
He's a good man. He's a funny man, bro.
I don't know what his rig looks like, to be honest.
Yeah, very good.
Must be nice.
Yeah, I know. We'll go Q&A, bro. We had a couple questions roll in. We had, what's your favourite moment so far in the career?
Favourite moment? Now, I really liked my debut for the Tars. It was super fairy tale. Genuinely didn't think I'd get picked in the team. Didn't think I'd get a go that whole year. Like I'd kind of just geared myself that I was like, I'm just going to work hard, see how I go. I signed a 3-year deal. So I was like, hopefully by my second year I'm playing footy. And that was kind of how it was sold to me. Like obviously looking back at it, they were just trying to sign me cheap. But like, I just remember thinking like, genuinely, I'm not expected to play. Yeah. Round 1, get picked. And I don't know. There was this weird like period of time where like there was all these like young or young-ish props who were in and around the Tars who they just had let go, and like they all had these weird stories of like getting picked on the bench and then not getting on and then never playing, like blokes like literally never getting to play. And so like I just had that in my head. I was like, this could be me, like we've got to break the cycle. So I remember just getting on and just being like, this is sick. This is so sick. It was SFS at the time, like the old football stadium.
I was watching.
Packed. enough, like not fucking bumper to bumper, but like, you know, decent crowd. And you know, it's just a super like tight game. And like I didn't really know, we'd had a really like the Tars had a really shit year the year before, like 2017. I just remember thinking like I'm not a rugby follower enough to like know whether or not we should win this game.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just came down to the wire, and I was just like, fuck, this could be like, I don't know, like
get the W.
Let's go for it, yeah. And I was literally like the last part, like, so we were drawing. They had like a line out. They literally just need to like catch it, kick it out, and it'd be a draw, which I don't know if they were going to do anyway. But they overthrow the line out. Our hooker catches it, carries. We play like a few phases, and I literally am like hanging on the blind side, being like, I just don't want to get in the way.
Yeah.
Like I spent the whole game just like hitting rucks, just being like, I don't want to touch.
Just doing your job, doing your job.
I'll fuck up.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then all of a sudden, like all these spaces opens up in front of us on the blind side.
Bang.
Bernard Foley, the 10s, just like swings short side, and like I'm just in like the best position. I always remember like literally looking at him, being like Bernard Foley, like the Iceman. He just come off like this sick.
That's when he was playing with
Aura.
Yeah.
And it was just like he's caught the ball, and I looked at me. I've got like Michael Hooper inside me, beside me, and I could tell that he just wanted to pass it to him, but I was in just like such a better position. So he's literally like kind of double pumped, and it's like
bang,
throwing it to me. I'm just going like, don't drop this. Catch it. It's so like wet and slippery. Like the first time I touched the ball all game. Anyway, and then fucking take a few steps and just pass the ball. Our second row bumps off the winger and
thanks for coming.
Scores in the corner. And we literally, it was just like so sick that it was just like
just so surreal,
so epic. Yeah, it was just that kind of moment. I was like, fuck, like
something you'll cherish forever.
Like, I think like what I like so much about it is like, you know, not to like as if like, you know, the career's been like down, but like you just don't get that many of those moments. I think like at the time I was like, yeah, it's just sick, on to the next kind of thing. I look back and I'm like, you don't get those like buzzer beater wins, and you definitely don't get them on your debut like very often. Like you don't get them very often, period. So looking back, I'm like, that's pretty cool that like, you know, like we do stuff around the Tars where like, you know, we'll put up like on your lockers, you've got like your debut game and whatever. And I always like, whenever I look at my debut game, like Stormers, SFS, I always kind of think back, I'm like, fuck, that was just like the sickest way. Like we could have just lost, we could have gotten rolled by 30, and just to think like at that moment we scored in the corner, everyone's high fiving each other, and
that was the celebrations after boys rip in.
Yeah, we had to go to Argentina or South Africa the next morning. So I remember being like wanting to send it, and it was just like, yep, so well done boys, we'll see you in 6 hours. And it was just like, oh shit. So we saved that until we played in South Africa. We got a draw the next game against the Durban Sharks, which was the day after my 21st birthday was the night before, or the day before. So then the night after we had that draw, it wasn't really like a celebration vibe. It was kind of like, you know, the classic. The captain, the coach was like, boys, we've got to prepare well for the next one. Like, a draw's not good enough.
Classic lines.
A few of the older boys knew it was my 21st the night before, and knew I hadn't gotten to celebrate the debut properly. So they like gave me a hall pass with a few of the other younger lads. Were like, we'll cover for you if you guys want to go out and get a bit noisy. So
that's cool.
That was pretty sick.
That's mad.
Yeah, sick.
Another one is favorite player growing up, man.
Favorite player, well, like I said, I was league guy growing up. I really loved Anthony Minicello.
Isn't he the best, bro?
He's a goat, yeah. I thought he was sick. Like Brad Fittler was always like up there. Yeah. I thought he was like a mad kind as well when he was playing. But like I don't know, Anthony Minicello just there's always just like these
just
positive
oodles like professionalism, eh?
Literally, and like. He'd play a game, score a hat trick, just do all this freaky stuff. And he had this like mad, well, like I kind of always saw like this mad rivalry with like Billy Slater at the time.
Yeah.
Like these two like absolute beasts just like going at it. I just loved it. Yeah. I thought it was sick.
That's sick. And the other one is the call up to the Wallabies, bro. One of the boys I know actually asked that one. He was like, oh yeah, he was eating a snitty apparently. What's the chat?
Yeah. It was. it's a funny story. Like I told it so many times. It's like I guess it is like it's a cool story. I've always just said like it's not that like good of a story. Like it's literally just like me being in a scenario. But I think like the more I think about it, like it it is pretty cool, like pretty funny. Like so basically the story is like I'd been with Wallabies in camp, done a few camps with them.
Yeah.
It was World Cup year, so they were being pretty like cutthroat about like their touring and stuff and who they were taking. Anyway, so they this tour of South Africa, getting ready for the Tri Nations,
Yeah.
which is what they're in at the moment. And so what ended up happening was I got cut from the touring squad. So it was basically like we were playing, we were training at Brizzy and Sydney and doing all this fucked shit in terms of prepping for the World Cup. And then like, all right, we're touring. We don't need half of you guys. So it was a big squad. And like, we don't need half of you guys. So I was like, okay, whatever. So we went back to club. Well, everyone pretty much went back to club. So it was still shield on at the time. So I went back to play Sydney Uni.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just kind of left the town. I think I might have played one game Sydney Uni like the week before. So I'd been out of camp for like 2 weeks. Let's call it, maybe even longer. Anyway, training Tuesday night, Sydney Uni. Like we trained pretty late. It's obviously like amateur.
Classic.
So we finished up probably like 8:30 ish. Anyway, so me and my roommate at the time, Josh Kemeny, who I can say Josh Kemeny now. Usually when I used to tell this story and just say my roommate, and he would get the shits with me because he's like, oh, I'm just the roommate. But now he plays for Melbourne Rebels, so I can
there you go.
him up that he's
Beauty name drop.
Yeah. At the time, I was like, no one needs to know that Josh Kemeny was there. Anyway, so me and Josh Kemeny, we were like, fuck, mate, it can't be fucked. Cooking, it was so late, and we just gotten pumped at training. So we were like, let's go get a feed. So at the time, we were like going off this spreadsheet we had that someone had made, I don't know who, that basically had like all pub specials in like the East of Sydney by like the day, the week. So you could kind of go through and be like, okay, it's Tuesday, there's 2-for-1 burgers here, blah, blah. Anyway, we stumbled across $8 schnitties at
Beauty.
Lord Nelson.
Get a couple of those.
The Lord Dudley, sorry. And so I was like, yeah, fucking no. Like $8 schnitty sounds unreal. He was in his car. We'd gone separately, so he was in his car. I was on my motorbike. So as soon as we got off training, like jetted there, I've got on my motorbike. So for the story, I haven't checked my phone. So I get there, packed, $8 schnitty night, obviously pumping. And so he's a good man. He's like, I'll order. You go find a table. So I go find a table, sit down, pull out my phone, and I've just got like fucking all these missed calls, but just from random numbers. Yeah. Anyway, so I just like I'll call the first one that's the oldest missed call ever.
Yeah.
And then get this voice on the other end, like, hello. It's like, hey, who's this? I'm like, I was gonna ask you the same question, and they're like, well, I actually can't tell you until you tell me who you are. And I was like, it's Harry Johnston-Holmes. He's like, oh, hey mate, it's Michael Checker. How you doing? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. What's up? And he's like, mate, we've had a few injuries. We're flying you to South Africa tomorrow. Is that all good with you? And I'm like, yeah, all good. And I was kind of like thinking like, oh, like someone's gone down. They need like extra hands on deck or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was just like, yeah, mate, like just kind of giving that like bullshit, like, oh, mate, really appreciate the opportunity and stuff, and like hamming it up. And he's just like, oh, mate, yeah, you don't have to. He's like, don't thank me now for the opportunity. You can thank me on Saturday when you're playing because you've just been named on the bench. And
how good's that?
Yeah, so like I guess like looking back at it, I was like, I was just like, oh, it's not that like hectic of a story. I've just been called up.
That's mad.
But I guess like the thing that like maybe like the Australian like general kind of person, what appeals to them so much is like you hear that story like, and you say it's like state of origin, like oh fucking Reece Walsh gets called into Queensland bench like 2 nights before Origin. Like it's a sick story.
Yeah.
And like whatever, which I kind of always thought that's what my story is. I was like, oh, it's people just got injured and I got to play. But I think it's pretty cool, and what people aren't probably used to so much in Australia when you like rugby league and AFL is so predominant as a domestic comp. There's like I literally got on a plane. I got told that at like would have been like 9 o'clock or whatever. I got told, and then I was on a plane to South Africa at 10 o'clock the next morning,
holy
playing. Shit. Like in front of 50,000 people at altitude in this team that I'd just technically been like cut from.
Yeah.
And it was all kind of within the space of 4 days.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it was pretty cool.
Sick,
and like
man.
timing as well. Like it was obviously
timing's everything, eh?
time. So it was like I literally gone from Sydney Uni to Wallabies. Like,
yep.
But it was sick. It was super
man,
sick.
That is surreal. I won't hold you up for too much longer, bro, but we'll finish on your favourite 15s team of all time. Now, I struggled to find a 4. I couldn't find a back rower that I could just think of. I don't know. I thought long and hard. I just got one blank. That's it.
So you got your team there?
Yeah, I got it here. Do you want to spit yours first?
No, I want to hear yours first.
Yeah, right. I got Jason Leonard from obviously the British, the big dog.
Yeah.
And then I just couldn't think of, like, I had Stephen Moore, but I just couldn't think of anyone else to put at 2. There was that 2 for New Zealander. He looked like a bit Philippine. He was a Kiwi.
What's Kevin,
yeah. I know who you're talking about. He's the one that the only other one I could think of. And then the big Irish, is it Furlong? Like absolute.
He's the tight head prop.
Yeah. And then I didn't have a 4. I had Alan Jones for Welsh, that big tall mother. He was just a
big man.
Obviously I had Pocock at 6, Richie McCaw at 7, Kieran Reid at 8, George Gregan 9, Dan Carter obviously at 10, Jonah Lomu obviously at 11, Martin Onu 12, and then Brian O'Driscoll had to be my 13 by far. He's the best, man. The best. And then and then I had Brian Habana just because he was for speed, man. I just wanted him there. And then I wanted Quade Cooper in there. I got to have him in there, so I had him at 15. It was him or McKenzie, but I just had to have Quade in there somewhere.
Yeah, right. I haven't written mine down.
That's all good. Spit it.
I've been thinking about it most of the day.
Spit it.
But I kind of went about it like a little bit differently.
Okay.
I probably read the question wrong where I was like, which is stupid. Like I said, I'm not like a rugby, like I wasn't born like into like this rugby family kind of thing. It was like a lot of rugby league. Like we played rugby and Kara's obviously like, loves their rugby and whatever. But like in terms of like Super Rugby and everything, like I never really followed it. So I kind of probably more did it like people that I've played against.
But
I'll sprinkle in a few people.
No. Do you think has?
Number 1, Harry Johnston-Holmes.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
2, I really like Dane Coles.
Yes.
From the All Blacks.
Yeah.
And I've actually had this really sick night out in Auckland where I bumped into him.
Kiwi's always the best to drink with.
Yeah, and he was just like such a good man. Like just like literally I was like about to leave. I was like on the 1 hour. I was like, I'm gonna go home. Literally like bump into him and he's like, mate, here's a drink. Had a sick night. So and he's such a good footy player. Like even kind of before that, like as a Wallabies fan and Wallabies player, you're kind of like, fuck this dog. Like but he's there. Tight head prop. Mate, Taniela Tupou.
He's just a wrecking ball, eh?
Like I said, and it's like it's such a weird thing to say because like I play tight head as well.
Yeah.
And so like so much of like especially like Wallabies stuff, like he's my competition. So it's like it takes a lot of like pride to be swallowed to say like
100%.
He's just like a freak. He's such a freak. He's such a like humble, well-grounded guy.
Yeah. And
just there's literally nothing. Like he's just a freak of nature. Like the stuff that he does on the field, training, paddock, gym, like it's just out of this world. Like a once in a lifetime kind of player.
Yeah.
Second rowers, I'm going to go with Brady Retallick.
Yep.
I'll have him at 5.
Yep.
Playing as him, like he's similar kind of thing. He's just like this massive dude that has no right to be doing some of the stuff he
just
does.
Gets
like,
after it.
Ball handling, like whacks people. He's a weapon. Number 4, probably Will Skelton.
Yeah. He's a big boy, eh?
Yeah, big boy. I never played with nor against, but I have like bumped into him a few times in person. He's just
massive,
stupid big. Have him in there. Back row. I reckon I'm gonna go with Michael Hooper at 7.
Yep. That's a tough one actually. I wanted him there too.
Animal, yeah. 6, I'm thinking. I'd probably go Khaleesi from South Africa.
Yeah.
He was actually the guy marking me in my debut as I catch that ball and dished it on.
Let's go.
So made it look a little bit silly, but he's just like, he's such an iconic like rugby player, especially at the moment. Like, but such a good footy player as well.
Yeah.
8, Ali Savea, because I have played against him and he's just stupid to try and tackle.
Yeah.
9, I'm going to go with TJ Piranara.
Yes.
Because again, I played against him, and like he's
built like different, man.
Like staunchest little guy ever, but so nice afterwards, and like you can tell he's a good man. Not that I'm basing insulting on good men. 10, Richie Mwanga.
Oh yeah.
Similar thing.
Yeah.
Breaks my ankles all the time.
Oh, he breaks everyone.
I just think he's just a game changer. Like he is literally like a Nathan Cleary type operator where like there'll be nothing doing.
And he'll sort something out.
Bang. That, or probably even more like a Warriors guy.
Roger Tuivasa-Sheck.
No, the
Reece. Oh, Sean Johnson, yeah.
Sean Johnson. Just that kind of guy that's like genuine X factor, but like all of his skill, like it's not like as if it's like, oh, he can just step or whatever.
He can do all of it.
Skills are just all of it so good. 11, I'll go John Olomu. He's GOAT.
Right.
12, I would probably, I'll go Manonu as well, actually.
Man, I just can't look past him.
13?
I
would go him at 12.
I went him at 12 and Brian O'Driscoll at 13.
Yeah, I'm going to go Brian O'Driscoll at 13 as well. I just think they're sick. 14, I'd go Cheslin Colby, the South African wizard.
Man can run, eh?
He's just like, he'd literally be, look him up.
I've seen the man work.
You've seen him work. There you go.
Self-explanatory, mate.
He's just a freak. He's a freak. He's literally like Tuivasa-Sheck, but like,
see that score he tried when they kicked it over the top? It was just like, wow. In the left corner. He's just like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah. It's same. I think that's like the common theme. It's these people who just have no right to be doing the things they're doing.
Yeah.
And at 15, I'm going Izzy Flower.
Yeah. I like
controversial,
that.
But
I like that.
He's a really good man.
He's one of the best athletes I've ever seen.
And he's just, he's a freak. Like, he's dominated, 2 codes. Obviously been good enough to play AFL. Like, I just think, having trained with him and stuff as well, we were actually talking about him today at training. Like, some of the younger guys were asking what he was like around training. He wasn't like the kind of guy that like rock up and like rip and tear and, you'd want to get out of his way because he'd run over the top of you. He was the kind of guy that would get to training, knew what he wanted to get done, wouldn't bust himself.
Just get what he needs to do.
Rock up,
and
just absolutely kill it and do like just kill it. He was really cool to play with, and it was just a sick like experience as well with him. I always think it's like similar with him and Carmichael Hunt. So getting to play with those 2 guys was just so sick because whilst I wasn't a massive Union fan growing up, it was just like these guys. I watched them play Origin. I watched them, play for the Bronx, for the Storm, and I'm just like, I'm playing footy with these guys. Like I used to play, probably not that much anymore. You got a bit caught up, but like I used to play Warzone COD with Carmichael Hunt. I was
about to say, him and Carmichael Hunt, man, built different when they were young.
100%, bro. 100%. And they're just good blokes and like so much to learn off them. But I remember always like playing with Carmichael. I'd get a bit weird. Just be like, bro, don't you think it's so weird? Like, we're playing Call of Duty right now. Like, you're like 10 years older than me. Like, I genuinely watched you play like State of Origin.
That's mad.
When I was like 10. And he's just like, I'm not that old, bro. Chill out. But I love that. But it's probably my top 15.
Nailed it, bro.
Yeah.
Great team. Great team.
I'd like to be in that one,
Mate, thanks for your time, bro. That pretty much wraps everything up. We've had a good chat there, man. It's always good to catch up with you, mate. Hopefully, we can catch up with you for a couple of beers soon.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'll be coming to NEWY as soon as I can and schedule allows. But bro, so sick to catch up. Like I said at the start, like it's been awesome seeing you do your thing, and been kind of low key dying to jump on anyway. So
you're a good man, Has. Appreciate your time, bro. I'll be chatting to you soon. This will go up on probably Wednesday, man. So I'll send it to you then, bro. Thanks again, bro. I'll chat to you soon, bro. Take care, bro. See ya.
Thanks, brother.